Hi, I'm Matt Meyer. I noticed that James Eccles had a Syntex tip of the day, and they're really great, but there wasn't a lot of background on how to actually execute these. So I'm creating this series of videos to explain how to execute James's tips of the day. Let's get started. With this one, James is talking about the columns that are created when you deploy a model to a SharePoint library. These library columns then are normally created as managed properties within the site that you are dealing with. So sometimes what happens is that those particular columns do not get registered. So let's take a look at where we can find them. So here we have a library where a Syntex model has been deployed to it. And you can see here I've got all the columns here for the various student last name, first name, student middle name, these kind of things that I've extracted from my documents and are now here in my SharePoint library. Up here, you can see this little thing here. This is where content query is. And down in this area, you can see all of the columns that Syntex has extracted for us. Now, what happens is occasionally you will miss one. One won't be present here. So say I've got a column here that was like student age or something like that, and I'm not finding it here. Now, what happens with the creation of these models is that a site column is created within this site, uh, and then added to the particular library where where the model is deployed to. That is automatically created as a managed property within your search schema. So what happens occasionally is that the mapping of the site column and the managed property doesn't occur. Now, there's a number of different reasons why this occurs. Most of the time where I've seen it, it's been you already have a column that's named that. So maybe I've got another column somewhere else that's student age, and the site column conflicts with the site column that you've got here. So and because it will have a different ID for one that's created in Syntex, that's the one that's already created in your site. So they'll conflict, and there's a problem, and it won't show up. So what we've got to do is go ahead and look into our search schema and take a look about where that kind of stuff is. All right. So how we do that is we're going to go over here and we're going to go into the site settings, and you get there by going into site information, and you can go there by view all site settings, and it's going to be in this particular area right here. So you see search, and we've got the schema. So you can also go over here and do it in the site collection administration. I like to do it in site collection administration because it is it's more of a wide open thing. This is going to load. You can see all the managed properties that we've got here. So if I go into managed property here and I'm going to search for student, and we'll do a search here, it'll give me all the columns that I have deployed, site columns that I have deployed and are created as managed properties. So you can see here I've got student city, student DOB, student, all this stuff, and they're grayed out because they are created from that site column aspect. So what you need to do is you need to find where has it been deployed in here, and if it hasn't, we need to go ahead and map that up. So talking about coming back to what James is talking about in his tip of the day, this is the area that you need to go to find out if I have a particular column that has been registered. Is there a problem with it? Is there another column or something like that that's involved here? So let's go back to site collection administration and let's take a look at where our site columns are. So I'll go back here to our property site settings. Right, and we're going to go into where we have where we can find our site columns. So that is going to be in the where the heck is that? Here we go, site columns, and we'll go ahead and we'll kind of find this. So it's going to be around in this kind of stuff. So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go Control F, and I'm going to look for student. And you can see kind of these created columns, student averages, student illnesses, and that kind of thing. I have 16 columns here. Here we go, our intelligent document columns. This is what's created. This is the group that's created by Syntex, and this is where these are all placed. Now, if you've got a column somewhere else that means that you have created this in some other place. You can see I've got a content type that this is associated with, the EDU Content Center, sorry, this is the site that it's in. Excuse me, this is our source, and so that's kind of where you can find this information. If it's somewhere else, that means that it has been created. So, like for instance, if I had student age or something like that down here, that would tell me that it was created by some other means, and that is likely why my intelligent column and my created column, my custom created column, are not syncing up. I hope you found this interesting. I hope you found it useful, and I'll see you next time.